Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. And this morning, we'll be talking about gold and silver and why I believe that it's very, very important that you buy either both or one of the two. Now, in this system of fiat, in this system of debt, there needs to be something that really backs your investment, that backs your money. And I'm going to try to break down why I believe that it's very, very important that you start buying gold and silver right now, or at least in the early 2000s. Well, when most people think about investing, they likely think of buying pieces of companies on the stock market. Indeed, stock market investing has helped countless people build wealth over the years. Now, however, the most savvy investors know that the stock market is a battle between the bears and the bulls. You guys know what I'm talking about. Bears believe that the stock market is going down, and the bulls believe that the stock market is going up. One in which prices fluctuate significantly, resulting in risk. To balance that risk, most successful investors look to safe haven investment as a reliable store of value. Now, most of us would probably think about index funds, ETFs, and also bonds, but gold and silver is really where it's at. One of the most common ways to hedge against stock market risk is investing in precious metals. Probably never thought about it. Maybe you gave it a thought. Like, what about gold and silver, platinum and palladium? But gold and silver is a standard. It is the hallmark of investment when it comes to backing your money by tangible and something that's actually real. The most popular investment of this type that we know between those four precious metals that I named, which is gold, silver, platinum, and palladium, is mostly gold and silver. Now, but what's the difference between gold and silver, and what represents the better addition to your investment portfolio? I mean, when we're talking about the gold-silver ratio, investors often use ratios when predicting where the value of assets are likely headed. These are the things that we have to most likely think about it. Good morning, Lisa Williams. Nice to see you in the chat room today, sister. We're trying to learn about this gold and silver today, family, and I'm going to try to break it down to the best of my ability so we understand why gold and silver is very important for your portfolio. See, I have gold and silver in my safe at home. Now, that's why I don't give out my address, because now you guys know I have gold and silver. Now, when we talk about them, we talk about gold and silver. We understand they don't generate profits and have no earnings, books, or sales to value. Now, instead, gold and silver investors have looked at the gold and silver ratio to help value these precious metals. The ratio compares the price of gold to the price of silver based on the idea that historical valuations follow predictable patterns. Can we take a look at that very quickly? Let's look at the predictable patterns of gold and silver, family. Let's look at this. Now, when I look at gold, we're talking about the year 2024, but I think what's most important, what is the current price of gold and silver, okay? What is the current price of gold and silver? Now, I know you guys are like, oh, palladium is up 58%. But ladies and gentlemen, people are not really trading palladium. And if you don't know what palladium is, let me blow this up. If you guys don't know what palladium is that white metal that covers your gold to say, quote unquote, you have white gold. That's palladium. And we all know what platinum is. And palladium is up because a lot of people are liking the whole white gold. Now, when I married my wife, I just bought her platinum. That way we don't have to worry about it looking tarnished or fake or this, that, and the other. But now the price of gold is at $1,800, okay? $1,800 is up 3%, and the price of silver is $23, and this is per ounce. If you guys don't know, understand, it's per ounce. So now I want you to look at the gold prediction for the next couple of years. So right now, if you bought gold at $1,800, a little bit over $1,800 per ounce, we're looking in what, roughly 2.5 years as it exponentially profiting at $4,721, okay? And then within that year, it rising to almost $5,000 per ounce. And then, of course, 2025 at $5,000. And then by the year 2030, we're talking about less than 10 years. You could essentially quadruple your investment when you buy gold and silver. Okay. Some of you are worried about, oh, where do I buy it and sell it at? We'll get to that. Okay. I have many videos. I even tell you guys where you can sell it at. But let's talk about the investment. Let's not get into selling. Let's get into investments. Now, when it comes to silver, look at this. The current price of silver is what? We're looking at $23.81 per ounce. And that number, again, that amount fluctuates daily. Okay. It fluctuates daily. But when we're talking about investment, we're looking at the year 2030 again. We're looking at mid-year 2030 for to look at roughly at $65 per ounce. We're talking about doubling, tripling your investment. As you can tell, it's going to be up 193%. This is absolutely staggering, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at the math. Now, for example, if the gold silver ratio is 10-1, it means that gold is currently trading at 10 times the value of silver, as you saw. Now, before the 1900s, this ratio stayed generally flat at 16-1, but through history, meaning that if an ounce of silver was worth $5, the price of gold would be worth 80 per ounce. Okay, and that's according to a lot of reports of the proven metals. Now, today, this ratio suggests significant potential for growth in the price of silver. Over the past 5 years, the ratio has been as high as 120-1. Because the most question that people ask, what is more valuable? Okay, because a lot of times we look at price, right? We look at the price for something. We look at a car. So you buy your car for 30, 40,000. You say, what would be the value of this car in the next 30 to 40 years? Now, most likely when people were buying old schools, they were the present modern day cars. People like, I bought this car for 10 grand, or this car was passed down to my generation. They bought it for 10 grand back in the 50s and 60s or whatever. But now that car is 5 times worth than what it was when their family bought it. So this is how you have to look at investment. Over the course of time, these things actually fluctuate and increase. Now, with the current ratio sitting closer to 68-1, many believe that an incredibly high ratio suggests the price of silver has room to climb substantially to eventually return closer to the 16-1. Now, the closer that silver gets to gold makes silver more valuable for your money of today. Because right now we're looking at 64-1. But if it lowers down to 16-1, meaning that the price of silver and the value of silver increases, that means that when you go out and buy silver ounces, that's more bang for your buck. That's all I'm getting at. I mean, that's really what I'm all getting at. Now, although the past performance of an asset isn't always as an indicator of what you can expect to see in the future, there is a strong argument that silver is significantly undervalued compared to gold. Good morning, Primex, as well as Jermaine Anderson. Nice to see you brothers here this morning. Now, regardless of whether you choose to invest in silver or gold, or a mix, as I stated before, you need to know how to go about making these investments. There are several ways you can gain exposure to these assets, with the most common being buying bullion. That's physical metals, not buying a gold stock, not buying a silver stock, because again, family, we understand that these stocks, when you buy them on the stock market, you use an E-Trade, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, WeBull, Robinhood, etc. When you go in and buy it on a stock platform, on a stock exchange, that is still backed by paper. That's not the actual tangible metal. When I'm talking about I have gold and silver coins in my safe, I do. And I also have a gun in there, and I have a gun under my bed, just in case you guys find out where I live. I'm joking, but I'm serious. Now, we understand that these physical precious metals, often referred to as gold and silver bullion, often come in the form of bars and 1 ounce bullion coins. Now, for example, if you want gold bullion, you can purchase gold bars. You can purchase gold coins on an exchange that sells bullion based on the current spot price of the metal plus a service fee. So these prices, as I told you, fluctuate. And also for them to service this gold and silver to you and plus ship it out to you, there is a fee for that. Okay. You pay for everything. Isn't it funny that you actually pay for money with money? Isn't it funny that you actually use the fiat system of your paper money that's not backed by gold or silver to buy gold and silver? I know. I think about it all the time. I don't want to lose track. But now, if you wanted physical silver or silver bullion, you can purchase silver bars and silver coins on exchange at the current spot price of silver. Some of the most popular exchanges include, because I know you guys want to know, one is called Vaulted, Money Metals. This is the one that I use, called Apex, meaning American Precious Metals Exchange, as APMEX, JM Bullion, and Gold Eagle Coins. Now, for you guys who are students of the money game, I'm going to name those again so you know where to go buy your gold and silver. Again, those are Vaulted, Money Metals, American Precious Metals Exchange, also known as APMEX, JM Bullion, and Gold Eagle Coins. Those are platforms where you can go buy actual tangible precious metals. Now, there are benefits and some drawbacks to purchasing physical precious metals. First and foremost, physical valuables can be stolen or lost. Ding, 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 ding. People will steal your gold and silver. People who know the value, people who know the worth, people who are looking towards the future understand gold and silver. They understand the value. Now, you need a safe place to store your metals, a standard safe in your home. Ding, ding, ding. Again, that's why I have it in there. Or a safety deposit box may not be enough space. Me personally, when it comes to my gold and silver, I'm just going to be realistic here. I'm kind of like the old school guy, putting money under your mattress when it comes to gold and silver. Now, my dollar fiat money, yeah, the bank can have that, because at any day, the federal government decides that the paper money ain't worth anything. Guess what it is? It's not worth anything. But we need to understand that gold and silver is not just for the Western world. It's just not for the United States, Canada, or Europe. No. We're talking about the Caribbean, Africa, Australia, Antarctica, but no one's in Antarctica except scientists. But anyway, you get the point I'm making. Asia. So it really doesn't matter. Gold and silver can be exchanged and worth something anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter. Now, many investors enlist services that safely store their metals for them. There's places where they will actually store your gold and silver. I just think that the best place of my gold and silver is in my own hands. Now, unless they are specifically insured through a private insurer, these places I'm referring to, most standard homeowners or renters insurance policies don't cover theft or gold and silver bars. Now, quite frankly, I don't tell my insurance company that I have gold and silver. That's just me being a little secretive. Now, on the other hand, when you purchase physical metals, you're able to touch your investments and hold it in possessions, unlike when you buy paper or digital forms of these assets, which can give investors peace of mind. Okay, every now and again, when I go off camera, I just love to show my face because I'm just that guy. So you know you're talking to a real person. Okay, so I'm just talking to the camera. I don't really have all my lights and stuff on, but I'm here and I'm not reading. I'm just giving you commentary. I'm all. But now when we're talking about buy gold and silver ETFs, now we're getting into the system of fiat, because we understand that exchange traded funds, or ETFs, are a popular investment option for those looking to invest in a diverse group of stocks. But many don't even think about them when investing in assets like silver and gold. Now, I told you the preferred method is to actually buy gold and silver versus paper fiat in the form of investment. But this is a secondary way that you can make a profit off of gold and silver going either up and down when you actually buy into gold and silver ETFs. The firms that manage these funds, talking about ETFs, funds pool money from large groups of investors and buy large amounts of the assets they target, often giving them an edge in the market. Good morning, Wendell. Now, although most ETFs are focused on the assets like stocks and bonds, there are plenty of funds that make investments in precious metals by investing in these funds. Then you'll gain exposure to these safe haven assets without having to handle the buying, selling, or storage of physical gold and gold and silver, or physical bullion. However, there are cons to consider here. Investment grade funds are managed by experts, which comes at a cost in the form of funds expense ratio. That means you're going to have to pay for your ETFs. We talked about expense ratios before. Now, moreover, when investing in ETFs, you won't have any physical metals in your possessions. Can I say that again? When you invest in ETFs, you won't have any physical metals in your possession, which is a factor many precious metal investors enjoy. I actually like holding my gold and silver. I'm like, man, I'm really hot, holding gold and silver. This is the way they did back in old ancient African and Roman days, where they actually used to exchange gold and silver. Now, many precious metals that we know of, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, ETFs trade on major stock market exchanges like the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange. Now, some of the most popular precious metals ETF, I'm about to give you a couple of these so you guys can go and look in case you want to invest in the ETF as well. So get your pen and paper. Get your pen and paper. Now, some of these popular precious metal ETFs include SPDR Gold Trust, and the ticker for that one is GLD. Okay, GLD. Another one is iShares Gold Trust. That is IAU is the ticker. That's IAU. And another one is iShares Silver Trust. That's SLV. That's SLV for iShares Silver Trust. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. This is important to why you should be buying gold and silver. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. And this evening, ladies and gentlemen, I will be coming on for my cigar talk. And do not forget, tonight, I will be giving away free credit letters and as well an actual document to protect you if you did not decide to take the current solution, also known as the jab, also known as the VAX. So this will give you some insight. This is a legal document. Of course, on my channel, I give a lot of things away for free. But again, I will be giving out those free credit letters. And then for my members, because I know that you guys always invest in me, you're going to receive some free, what is it called? Legal letters that will help you if you decide not to take the VAX, also known as the jab. You guys have a great and wonderful Tuesday. I'll see you guys this evening. Learn money and be inspired.